Hello, class of 2020. As part of our second virtual graduation ceremony, we have created these UWC Graduation 2020 social media stickers and filters to share on your Instagram and Facebook stories. It's as simple as clicking on your story, snap a pic or create a video, select the sticker icon, search for UWC Grad, select your GIF, most importantly, tag UWC, hashtag UWC Grad 2020 and share. Let's not forget about these easy to apply UWC filters. Click on your story, scroll to browse effects, search for UWC Grad, select your filter, snap a pic or create a video. Most importantly, tag UWC, hashtag UWC Grad 2020 and share. We cannot wait to see your fun UWC virtual graduation moments. Congratulations on your well-deserved success.
There's a university at the tip of Africa that's right at the top of its game. It's a place with a proud history and legacy, pulled upwards by a future that will not be tamed.
It brims over with powerful ideas that again and again lead to potent action and real change. Since when? 6 decades long, it's been home to groundbreakers, change makers, planet shakers, and it's still going strong.
It's the home of forward-thinking higher learning, homegrown pride and a story still unfurling, independent thought which sparks innovation, mindful global citizens and their perpetual liberation.
Today, this is my home, my community, my springboard, my zone, like iron sharpening iron. Here, my potential is mined, my mind is refined, and my future redefined.
It's our time to learn from our past and our histories, to be the leaders of tomorrow's victories.
It's our time to stand up and step into our light.
To rise with Africa and all the world by our side.
I declare this graduation ceremony of the University of the Western Cape duly constituted. Ndiyazisa ngasemthethweni lenhlangano ye-University yeNtshona Kapa. Ek verklaar hier die vergadering van die Universiteit van Wes-Kaapland as behoorlik geconstitueer.
Sabor
graduates, your families, those who have taught you and nurtured you during your years at UWC. We are forced to hold this virtual ceremony at an unprecedented time in the world, in which the way we behave, work, and live has been altered fundamentally. The pandemic has made the final leg of your academic journey so much more difficult than it otherwise would have been, creating a distance between you and those who were there to guide you. And it has asked that you adapt to a new way of learning and teaching, research, and communicating. I want to salute you and the university's academic and professional, administrative, and support community for persevering over the last 9 months, and especially for doing so with such success. I can only imagine the many hurdles that you have had to overcome to get to this moment. I am sure that at times the academic studies of many of you have had to take second place as you and your families navigated the practical realities of the lockdown, the deprivation of freedom which accompanied it, and in many instances, the loss of livelihoods. This was meant to be a special year for UWC, as it marked its 60th year of existence, a milestone year in which we could have held many events to celebrate the university's growth and advancement. Indeed, just in my time associated with UWC, I have witnessed impressive developments across the institution, including an increase in the number of graduates across all disciplines at graduation ceremonies. It is very reassuring that the university community is committed not only to growing further, but also to safeguarding the institution for the many generations of young people to come. This is of vital importance in a country such as ours, where the latest employment statistics provide a grim picture of South Africa's ability to create jobs. Take, for instance, the age group of 15 to 34, where 43% of the 20.5 million people are not in employment, education, or training. This means that many of our young people have already given up hope. Fortunately, over the past 60 years, UWC has been offering thousands of young people like you the opportunity to realize their hopes and dreams. I am confident that it will continue doing so. Let me return to the current conditions in our country and elsewhere in the world. As we see the hardship caused by the pandemic, the hunger, unemployment, and deprivation, we are asked to commit ourselves to help each other as members of the human family. We cannot be certain when a vaccine will become available in every single country around the world. So for now, there is no expiry date to COVID-19. This means we face a prolonged time of uncertainty, doubt, and anxiety. It is here where all can help by reaching within ourselves, to find it in ourselves, to show empathy for others, especially those in need. To paraphrase exhortations from the major faiths of our region, when you see a person who has been given more than you, look to those who have been given less, and clothe yourselves in compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. To every single student graduating, my deepest congratulations. I hope that the next chapter in your lives will be met with similar success. I pray that you will be blessed richly as you leave this place and enter or return to the world of work. God loves you, and so do I.
Dear Chancellor, I would like to now introduce our guest speaker for the day, Ms. Refilwe Moloto. Refilwe Moloto is a strategic and investment advisor with nearly 15 years of financial services experience in emerging market research, broking and asset management in Johannesburg, New York, and Cape Town. She's also the founder of Ambassador Advisory and host of Breakfast with Refilwe on Cape Talk.
Greetings to you all, and congratulations on reaching this incredible milestone on your educational journey. What an era 2020 has been. It feels as though we've lived through a full 6 seasons of Game of Thrones in just 1 year. We lost a few Ned Starks, bulwarks of leadership early in the year, and it continued with unspeakable loss in our economy and in our own families. All the while, the continued back and forth of our political landscape rivaled those of the Greyjoys of the Iron Islands, a few wildlings loudly raising trouble and mischief, the Targaryens, who feel they will ultimately inherit the Western Cape, and of course, Cersei Lannister is never too far away from her Twitter feed to sow discontent. All the while, Season 7 brought the Night King of COVID-19, who has shaken the most compassionate amongst us into frighteningly trying our very best to stay safe in our homes as we wait for the creation of that ever-important vaccine of dragon glass, navigating a complete paradigm shift while being forced to admit that we, like Jon Snow, really do know nothing. Boy, what I would give for a 3-eyed raven. I may not be able to see into the future, but I do know we are rewriting Season 8. And with fresh perspectives and open minds, we can have our strong ending. And so I'll admit, I thought very deeply when the University of the Western Cape invited me to speak to you with a message of encouragement and celebration today. It's an honor to enjoy this privilege. And for those of you that listen to my show, you'll know that I'm always up for a challenge, and I seek out the light in any story. And apparently so are you, and so did you, because here we are. You have achieved a feat that is difficult in the best of circumstances. You have triumphed in spite of it all. You should feel incredibly proud of yourselves for this achievement. It can feel insensitive to celebrate a win when we are surrounded by so much loss. but it is so critical that you don't let anyone dim the light of this brilliant feat. As if you needed a reminder, we spoke to Ghasant earlier in the year on the show, who told us how bravely you rose to the occasion in an unprecedented environment of learning, in a country largely unprepared to equalize access to health services, water, and economic opportunities. The demand in your case was not just to attain digital reach, telephony, and connectivity, which the university responded to in record time and with record scale, but you also had to remain inspired to deliver at your best, consistently, and with the teething problems of a brand new and untested system. Honestly, bravo for all of your wonderful work, and take that incredible resilience with you into the coming season of your lives. One of my favorite outcomes of the pandemic and of 2020 has been the urgency for fresh, creative, inclusive, and globalized solutions for us all. The kind that we entrust to the youthful, diversified brains trust that you join today in all your fields of academia. I often speak about how Cape Town remains painfully a tale of two cities in ways that are intensified as compared to what we see in the rest of the country. And this particular year has not only exposed so much of that, it has made us so much more compassionate about that as a collective. It's been an important moment to remember how alike our struggles are, which is the first step in empathy. None of us can immigrate from, buy ourselves out of, or toy our way out of a global pandemic. We need one another. We need collective innovation and ideas. Amidst all the inequality, all the differences of opinion, our varied walks of life, if there's one thing that our Night King or COVID-19 has accentuated, is how common our fight is and how intertwined our futures are. We can't take this country forward meaningfully and leave some behind, sleeping outside SASSA offices for assistance. We will not thrive as the best destination in Africa while gunshots ring out regularly in the Cape Flats. These are very much the questions seeking answers around the world, and they are in your hands to help us address from today onward. We need solutions that are differentiated, but with a common vision of all of us having at least enough. And that's not just in an economic sense. True quality of life means striving for us all to have access to the many qualitative benefits of humanity that COVID-19 has made us appreciate so much more. Enough joy, enough to live for, enough art, enough literature, enough time with our families, enough time to reflect, to rest, and to give back to our fellow human. And that is where you all come in. First and foremost, you have earned exactly that. Thank you for this undertaking. Take the time to rest, to reflect, to pat yourself on the back, and enjoy the time with your families. This is the human endeavor. I so look forward to your return in 2021, refreshed and with brilliant ideas that will shake your neighborhood, shake the city, shake the continent and the world. Go forth like Arya Stark. Continue to dig deep. Be brave, focused, and own your heroism, whatever that means for you. You most certainly have deserved it. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Chancellor, Deputy Vice-Chancellors, Deans of Faculties, members of the Student Representative Council, our graduates, parents, and special guests, UwC colleagues, and other guests. Welcome to our second virtual graduation of 2020, the year that we will always look back on us having fundamentally shifted how we lived. This year has been extraordinary in so many ways. We ceded so many aspects of our individual freedoms, lived in an anxiety about contracting a virus for which there is no vaccine. And we experienced and witnessed hardship and deprivation on an unprecedented scale. You have had to change the way you studied and researched. Instead of sitting in lecture halls or meeting face-to-face with your supervisors on campus, you had to adapt to an online learning and teaching environment. We don't know how long these changes will be with us even though here in South Africa, we have moved to level 1 of managing the pandemic. There is uncertainty about how the global community will navigate the trajectory of COVID-19 because there has not been consensus about how to manage the virus. We know that the changes we have now become used to will be with us for the foreseeable future. Here in South Africa, medical experts are assessing whether we will have a second wave of the pandemic as we witness an increase in mortality and infections in certain parts of the country. I know that living with this uncertainty was not part of your plans for the future. It was not part of any of our plans. But let me not overshadow this moment of celebration. As our class of 2020, the year in which UWC celebrates its 60th anniversary, you should be very proud of your achievements and also be appreciative of the support that you have received during your academic journey at UWC. And you should also be mindful of the sacrifices that those around you made in order that you could graduate, and these includes the years before the arrival of the pandemic. Thinking about this graduation message, I was reminded of one of the television programs I watched during lockdown that inspired me. It was Chasing the Sun, the documentary that details the passage of Springboks' campaign in Japan to become World Cup winners in 2019. During the 5 episodes, viewers had a bird's eye view of the preparations leading up to each match they played. There were so many moments of inspiration and perseverance, courage, and hope of a team who had a sense that being victorious would symbolize much more than 15 men on the field. The title held so much meaning because when you chase the sun, you are attempting to chase your dreams. At this moment, as you receive your degrees, your diplomas and certificates, you have not only chased your dream, but you have caught it. Like the Springbok team, you have shown commitment and endurance because you've had to dig deep to find courage and inspiration on a journey that no one could walk for you. You might have had the support of your family and loved ones, but in the end, no one got you to this moment except yourselves. For that I salute you and I congratulate you, especially in a year like this. Like the Springbok players who came from diverse backgrounds, some comfortable, others steeped in deprivation and tragedy, so too it is with you. We can only begin to imagine the roads that you have traveled as students to become graduates of UWC. After the Springboks came home, they toured the country, including past UWC. As I stood among the staff, the students, and community members to welcome the Springboks to our backyard, I saw familiar faces on that bus. Herschel Jantjies, Rene Naylor, and a few others who had strong associations with UWC, and there they were celebrating the ultimate prize in rugby. That moment showed me how far we have come as an institution, how far our graduates can travel in chasing their dreams. And so have you with this graduation. But I know this, there will be many more suns to chase in your futures, many ambitions to pursue and dreams to realize. Throughout our lives, there will always be more suns to chase. This university has helped you prepare you for those chases, and it has given you a solid footing to not only be successful, but also to have the courage to tackle whatever might come your way. You can be just like UWC, that had to overcome many hurdles and challenges to get to be 60 years old, by being resilient and able to adapt to new circumstances. UWC has also taught you values such as compassion, kindness, and empathy for those who are less fortunate than you are. As this pandemic continues to spread and claim lives, I ask that you remember these values and live them when you meet others in need. Today you are graduates of UWC, and tomorrow you will be graduates of this beloved institution of ours. As the ambassadors of 2020, carry the name of UWC with pride and dignity. We are very proud of you, and again, congratulations on all your achievements. Thank you.
By authority vested in me, I shall now admit the candidates who are presented to me and the candidates who were not able to attend this ceremony to degrees, diplomas, and certificates in the university.
My story isn't one of strong starts. Born and raised in Kraaifontein, I grew up on the far outskirts of Cape Town. Nobody in my family had been able to get a bachelor's degree, let alone pursue any postgraduate studies. That felt like a far-fetched dream from our daily reality. Yet, my gran always believed in me and in the fact that I should go to university. Then, 2 weeks before my matric finals, she passed away. Devastated by this loss, I failed to pass with matric exemption. This, after having been one of the top students at my school. Still, her last words wouldn't leave me, so I tried again. It took me 2 more attempts, countless sleepless nights, and 3 long years. But finally, I did it. I got my university pass and got accepted into UwC. The road hasn't been easy since. I've had to go the extra mile just to keep up. I've had to work and study. I've had to face my doubts and push through my fears. I've had to ask for help when my pride begged me to stay silent. Yet, every step of the way, I've had people here cheering me on, from community projects and internships to UwC's work-study program. My eyes have been opened to the real impact my education, hard work, and training can make on others. Others who, like me, just need someone to believe in them. Thanks to the opportunities I've been given, the rest of my story will be one of rewriting other stories, helping to turn hope into knowledge and knowledge into action again and again.
This ceremony of the University of the Western Cape is now dissolved. Le nhlangano ye-University yeNtshona Koloni ngoku ifikelele esiphelweni. Hierdie vergadering van die Universiteit van Wes-Kaapland word nou verdag.
Hello, class of 2020. As part of our second virtual graduation ceremony, we have created these UwC Graduation 2020 social media stickers and filters to share on your Instagram and Facebook stories. It's as simple as clicking on your story, snap a pic or create a video, select the sticker icon, search for UwC Grad, select your GIF, most importantly, tag UwC, hashtag UwC Grad 2020 and share. Let's not forget about these easy to apply UwC filters. Click on your story, scroll to browse effects, search for UwC Grad, select your filter, snap a pic or create a video. Most importantly, tag UwC, hashtag UwC Grad 2020 and share. We cannot wait to see your fun UwC virtual graduation moments. Congratulations on your well-deserved success.